Good morning, welcome to Morning Outlook. This is Kim speaking on Wednesday the 19th of September. So where are we with the euro dollar? Well, we're still in this inverted head and shoulders or cup and handle pattern. Now we have numerous attempts at previously these levels. We had another bite into it yesterday, well, a couple of bites into it yesterday. It does... well, the more you knock on the door, the more likely you enter in eventually. And today we might start seeing it push back into that region. But that whole patch there that I've highlighted really might be a bit high on the left hand side there, but you can see the amount of times around that area we found resistance. On the 4 hourlies, we're still in higher lows, higher highs. Yesterday's retracement didn't come back any lower than the previous one, so it's still sitting there. And we made a just pitched into a slightly newer high there. All is well from that point of view at the moment. And when you look at it in this picture, well, it might be doing a bit of a Gartley pattern here. We could be just pushing up a little bit, we'll see. But at the moment, daily pivot ticked R1, yesterday's high sort of region. Maybe the next point, we'll see how that runs. The bodies may just stifle things a little bit on the intraday basis, but it is still looking relatively bullish at this moment. Now, what would make me look on the shorter side? Not a great deal really. I guess if this, as I say, there's a bit of a Gartley pattern just sort of forming here intraday at the moment on this 60-minute time frame. That might just see a bit of a rollover, but at the moment, my preference is still to be trading to the upside. So maybe just wait and see what happens first thing. But patience has paid off yesterday. Afternoons yesterday, we saw this sort of a decent pitch up yesterday to make some money in the afternoon on the euro. We'll see what happens today, but not really looking at the sell side of it at the moment. Pound dollar. Okay, getting a lot of messages coming up. Sorry. Pound dollar. Well, the pound's still edging up there. There was more reasonable news on the Brexit situation. This possibly will be helping both the pound and the euro. Tight old range it's getting into. Ranges like this generally see a decent breakout at some point, but again, still erring on the bullish side here. Intraday, I mean, it's a bit spiky around this sort of triple top zone or whatever else, but it's still not selling off. To be on the short side, I would be looking at a break of this 60-minute 50, the trend line I've drawn up from the 4 hourly chart. Which you could see across the bottom of these 4 hourlies. So all in all, it's still bullish. Any retracement to these sort of areas may still be, we didn't quite get a retracement back to this trend line. If you get another retracement back to that, it may even be, you may see some buying, we'll see. But at the moment, it's still looking bullish, although a bit of a choppy old day yesterday, but bullish outlook at the moment. Dollar yen. So dollar yen, well, it's still pitching up. Solid old day yesterday, and closing above the R1 area there. It's come back and it retested the weekly pivot that ticked that one off, and a real solid old day upwards thereafter. Pushed up strongly through the earlier part yesterday. And well, just continued, held on to the gains so far. Now there is some divergence around these highs, and there is a untouched daily pivot below, which if we do see a bit of strength coming through into the yen this morning, we might see that roll back towards that area. But it yields quite easily at times, so we'll see. But to the upside, well, not particularly keen on the upside of it at the moment. And if you're seeing the pound and the euro keep on pushing up, not so sure really want to be jumping in on it at the moment. Okay, dollar yen, Aussie dollar. So the Aussie dollar, we've got Sorry, I'm just clicking on my news service whilst I'm doing all of this. Multitasking. Aussie dollar has come out and look at the bigger picture. So Aussie dollar high low coming through there on the daily is now being confirmed on the break here. Pushing up to, I talked about it yesterday, that monthly pivot could well be a target. Well, it looks like it made the best use of what it could, and it just kept on pitching up. I mean, that was early-ish. The 4 o'clock candle already sort of made towards that, and well, as I say, heading up towards the monthly. Now, where we're sitting here, double top this morning, almost with slightly lower high. It looks maybe we see some selling coming into that. We'll have to wait and see, but has got an untouched daily pivot, so maybe if we saw selling coming across the board, it does tend to move quite strongly down at times, and it could lead the charge to the downside, but at the moment still in an upward trend here. Maybe one of those that gets missed, but as I say, if it does start selling, it could be an option to look at the Aussie dollar. Canadian dollar. Well, Canadian dollar looking to continue its sell point here. As I mentioned, the daily 200 yesterday. Well, it's continued to run in that direction for now. Certainly in a downward trend here. Fits well with what's happening with the euro, the pound, and well, a little bit flaky at the moment. Maybe with this pattern, may be getting a reversal pattern here, but it has got its daily pivot well above it. It would need to really travel some to get back to that though. For now, I'm just looking. There is no Canadian data out today, so in fact we should have had all the Japanese data should have been out through the. I've just literally got the details starting coming through. So, but yep, everything left as expected. There's not anything done there, so okay. Nothing. No, sorry, beg your pardon. Nothing to worry about there. So okay. So what we're looking at here, if we see some sort of break here, it needs one hell of a shove to get up towards that daily pivot at the moment. But at the moment, downward trend. I mean, if it got back to the 60.21, it could be a sell point. Right, that's pretty much it. Yeah, news-wise, we've had the Japanese data out, which has not really created much in the way of surprise or anything. We got an MPC speaker this morning, Bank of England speaker this morning, due to speak about central bank communication at the Bank of Estonia's 100th anniversary. Okay, not too sure that will move markets too much. We'll see though. And then we got inflation at 9:30 for the UK. Now that is a biggie. What I said earlier in the week, looking at the 2.4% inflation that we saw in wage growth. We'll see if 2.4 is matched on the forecast there of inflation. If it's anything more, that wouldn't be particularly great, because it'll be again inflation outstripping wage growth. Right, and we got Draghi speaking at 2 o'clock. He's due to speak at the Future of Economic Policy in the Euro area conference. There you go. That'll be a riveting one there as well. But you never know. Questions may be asked. 2 o'clock. Watch out for Euro-wise. Crude oil inventories as normal, back to 330. And the New Zealand GDP, if you're following New Zealand dollar, GDP data comes out at 11:45 PM, so quite a way to go. Okay, that's it. Have a great day. Bye for now.